I want you to imagine in 1998, you understood the digital revolution. You could foresee what digital 2.0 was going to be, and you invested in the companies that were going to change the world that we live in today. Well, we're there again. We're about to approach digital 3.0, or what they're calling Web 3.0. This is where the big change is going to happen. This is where you're going to become in control. You're going to own your data. You're going to be able to determine who uses it and how much they pay you for your data. So this is a change, and you have an opportunity now to invest in it before the rest of the world is aware. This is 1998 again. This is Digital 3.0. I want to introduce you to Epic Games, one of the major players in the next generation of the internet.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Do you ever play the mental head game of what if? What if you knew who was going to win the World Cup before it ever started? What if you knew who was going to win the Kentucky Derby and it was an 80-1 long shot? What if that happened? Well, it doesn't usually happen, but there are some ways that you can put yourself in a position that you can think of a what if, and you can get some knowledge that the rest of the world doesn't have. And I think it's here again. I think that we are going through a progression of the internet. We started with 1.0, which was basically email. We went to 2.0, which is communication through things like this, as well as altering videos and pictures and communication levels. And then at the whole end of this, we come away with about 6 companies that basically control it. They have all the data. Well, we're at that what if. What if there was another change? It was, let's call it Web 3.0. And in this Web 3.0, everything changed, and the ownership that came to you and I as opposed to the big 6. What if that happened? It's going to happen. Everything is in place for it to happen. And as I said in the intro, the big change of it is going to be that you are going to benefit from the use of your data. It is going to become decentralized. Right now, you can basically say the internet is owned by 6 companies, okay? That's going to change, and blockchain is going to allow it to happen, and my data will become my data. In Google, if you want to sell it to somebody in order to sell some advertising, you're going to have to pay me for it. That's where it's at. So if I recognize that, if I know that's going to happen, right now then what I need to do is say, who are going to be the players? Well, we know Facebook's going to be a player. We know that they're actually trying to buy some companies, and the regulation, the FTC has stepped in and said, wait a second, no, we are not sure we're going to let you do that. We know Microsoft's a major player. They're trying to buy Activision to get their position in. But we're overlooking the company that is currently in the position that is actively giving us the metaverse as it's going to look, and that is Epic Games. Let me show you something here on the Epic Games channel so that you get a feel, that you can walk away and say, that's what it's going to look like. And once you get that feel, you can now look around the horizon and say, who are going to be the major players? I think Epic Games is one of them. Watch this.
Why you should know about Epic Games. Investors from Sony and Lego believed in Epic Games and gave them $2 billion to develop their own metaverse. And their valuation is now $31.5 billion. But what's so special about them? They're the creators of the online game Fortnite, where Travis Scott had a 46 million audience concert. Maybe he's the one who impressed investors. In general, Fortnite is already a metaverse. All of its signs were there back in 2017, only without blockchain. local user communities, a mode of creating your own spaces and minigames, pre-show trailers of box office movies, and more. It's all watched by over 120 million active users who decide what happens next. Their second incredible project is their own game engine, Unreal Engine, which is publicly available to users. This is the engine that is used to draw modern games and blockbusters.
Okay, so what did you see there? Let me share with you what I saw. And it's all in this chart, the 7 layers of the metaverse. And I'm not a gamer, so I've seen, though, my grandson play games. He has a big screen. He sits there, and he's totally immersed in it. Totally immersed in it. So what's the first level? The first level is experience. He is actually experiencing the game, the movement through the quarters, the shooting of the gun. He's totally immersed in it, experiencing it. Discovery. He's discovering new areas. He goes to different games and finds different activities that he can participate in. I can see that of me. I don't like to shop. I don't go to malls. But if I could go on the internet and discover something and actually try it on and look at it, this would be something that that I would get immersed in and I would become a part of. The third is a creator economy. This is going to give people like me who like to create things, these videos, a whole new world to go into, to create business, to create experiences for other people. I can see that somebody who loves to travel will take me back to Italy and go to the fountain in the plaza there, and I can experience and I can be totally immersed. And much as what I saw in those Epic Games videos that I just showed you, I can be a whole person. I'm not going to be a Mark Zuckerberg person with no legs. I'm going to be active and be a part of it. And maybe I can create it. The spatial computing, and that's all about giving me the 3D experience so that I feel totally there and participating in whatever. I went recently to a concert, didn't like my seats. I wanted to be up there in that front seat. Can you imagine, and you saw that concert that they have, can you imagine Taylor Swift now not having the problem that people can't get tickets? Everybody can get a ticket, and everybody can be in the front row. That's the metaverse. That's where that's happened. And Epic Games has already shown us how that works. This is the big one. This is decentralization. This is taking the internet as we know it out of the hands of Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and putting it in our hands and letting us control where we go and what we do and what we see. And as I said, even being a creator in it. So this is a change. This is life-changing if you think about it, from where we are now to where it is. And as I say, the decentralization basically puts it in our control. This is blockchain, and I know blockchain is something a lot of people don't understand, but in essence what it does is it, through the power of the computer, through the power of the cloud, it puts ownership of my data, of my movements, of my activity in my hands. And so I, as a creator, I can sell it, I can share it, I can do whatever. Can you imagine if you're a Facebook junkie or a YouTube junkie? You become the controller. You then have control, and if you can have control, you can monetize it. And that's what the internet really is all about, is monetizing the data, the experience, so that you can benefit from it. I see this as the cure to our education problems, giving people a universal check, giving them access to grow their income, change their lifestyles that are not limited by the barriers of the past. You You won't have to go to a brick and mortar college in order to get an education if you choose not. The metaverse will put you there where you want to be so that you can learn how you want to learn. Then it's the human interface. My ability to interface with you or anybody that I can gain access to, and I be in control. Then the next and last element is infrastructure. And that's where Epic Games is by far in the lead. They have built the infrastructure. You just saw it. This is 1989 all over again. We are at the verge of Web 3.0. We've gone through Digital 1.0, which was basically just your email. We've gone through e-commerce. We've gone through social media. And now there's an evolution that's going to take place, which is going to be called Web 3.0. And it's going to change the control into our hands. So I recognize that this is an area I need to be invested in if I'm a long-term investor. So where do I go to invest? And that's where Dizraptor comes into play. You go to your an app. You'll go to a link that I'm going to put in the description to give you access to the app. And then you're going to find that Dizraptor does a phenomenal job of putting all the information that you need to make a good investment decision in your hand. I've never seen anything like this. This is not something where you've got to do some deep due diligence. Dizraptor does it for you. They will show you where Epic Games was, where it is, what its growth potential is, and what the whole industry is. So it is an investor's dream, so that you can make a decision. As I said, you need to be accredited investor, which means that you have to have a provable investments of $1 million, and or you have to have had an income in excess of $200,000 and be able to prove it the past 2 years. So that's all detailed in the app that you can easily get. And again, the link is in the description. I am blown away by the amount of information that they put and the detail that you can get as to how to invest. Now, the other advantage right now is price that you pay is discounted because of the current market conditions. So I would encourage you to go in it in detail. It's available right now for $830 a share, and the minimum investment is $1,000, and it's open until December the 18th. So go today, take a look at, go to the link, upload the app, and become educated on an investment opportunity of a lifetime.